It is not often that families of cold case victims get answers, and this month we told you how the Greenville Police Department solved a 28-year-old murder.
And 7 News has learned exclusively that same department believes it's close to solving another case. 7 News' Diane Lee has more on what's behind the success.
Well, it comes down to two things: a new form of DNA testing and the creation of a cold case unit that's putting more experience to work. Both are pumping new life into old investigations. 1 in 3 murders in America goes unsolved. And as with many cold cases, it's not like this Greenville crime scene from 28 years ago didn't turn up lots of leads. Sergeant Tim Conroy would know. He's been the lead investigator on the murder of Jenny Zitricki for the past decade.
So over the years working it, we had some really good leads, and every time we were let down, so it was you kind of get numb to these good leads.
Despite our best efforts, this case went cold.
Greenville Police Chief Ken Miller asked the Investigations Division, led by Lieutenant Jason Rampy, to reach out to retired investigators who might be willing to help beef up the cold case unit.
No, we sought them out. You know, we knew that we had some guys who had been retired, who had maintained relationships with officers. And so we sought them out and pitched it to them, and they were agreeable to it. And they've been with us since 2017.
2 former Greenville PD investigators and 1 retired FBI agent come to work in the cold case unit here every week. They're volunteer positions. Now, we can't introduce you to them because they don't want to jeopardize another cold case they believe they're close to solving. Sergeant Conroy is leading that team.
So they want to be able to be all confidential when they're moving forward this case and when they get leads.
And while the department can't say yet which of the 16 unsolved Greenville City murders may no longer be cold, they did pinpoint a few cases that are under close scrutiny.
There are 2 cases on there, you know, the Ryan case and the Dale Fentner case. I know they've been working on really hard.
In October of 1988, 80-year-old Alice Ryan was stabbed to death in her Cleveland Park home.
A lot of motives.
Then in 2000, Dale Fentner was found stabbed to death outside his Greenville apartment.
There was no pulse, and we hurried up and we had covered him up with a blanket. But there was a lot of blood around him.
For the Zitricki case, the wait for the family may have been agonizing.
28 years. 28 years.
But what helped crack that case was more recent advances in DNA testing using genetic genealogy.
It was chilling when they walked us through the report and talked about a family tree and then narrowed that down to 2 individuals who were brothers. And with one having a violent criminal history, we believe that to be our suspect, and it was Robert Brasher's.
To be 100% sure, investigators exhumed Brasher's body. Sergeant Conroy immediately reached out to Jenny's brother.
I can't explain the feeling of letting him know and finally having closure after 28 years.
You have traveled the long road and reached the goal. And words alone cannot express our appreciation.
But there was another family, Brasher's wife and 2 kids. Conroy also had to contact with the shocking news.
They were devastated, obviously. They didn't believe it could have been him, but, you know, the science of DNA is exact.
Investigators can't say whether genetic genealogy is what makes them confident about cracking the next case. But what they do say, without a doubt, it's the help of the unpaid private eyes with 100 years combined experience working behind this door that's making all the difference.
These 3 retired officers, they are so passionate about this. They've, before they had a department car, they would take their own car on trips to interview people. They would come work long hours, and they're not getting compensated in any way for this. They just do it from the goodness of their heart.
They're doing a great service to Greenville.
The Greenville Police Department says that it's constantly reviewing all of its 12 cold case murders, and no one case is a bigger priority than the other. The department says it does plan to look into each case to see whether the new DNA testing may be helpful in solving any of those violent crimes. In the studio, Diane Lee, 7 News.